Hashem, the sun is shining. Such a beautiful Baruch Hashem morning. Today is an hour earlier. Basically, the clock in Israel has changed, so it's like instead of it being now 6 o'clock in the morning, I think it's 5. And I still wake up with the sunrise, so to me it doesn't make a difference what time it's on the watch. If it's 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I will wake up before the sun begins to rise. This is what I've been doing, Baruch Hashem, lately. My soul, Hashem just wakes me up at that time, and it doesn't make a difference what time of the day it is on the clock. So everything is so beautiful. The birds are just beginning to sing. The dog is barking at me, I don't know why. I've just watched the sun come up. It was so gorgeous, the hues and variations when it falls on the trees. Such a beautiful light, really light of holiness, of goodness, of wholesomeness in Eretz Israel. I have become very attuned to light, especially since I've been living in Israel and Eretz Israel. I feel the light guides me very much. I receive kind of like intuition, prophecy, I would say, through light. I communicate love through light, receive love through light, do energy work for the universe through light. It's really something that is very important to me. And to wake up early in the morning and to see the sunrise and to see the sunset, and to wake up early in the morning to see the sunrise, and to also see the whole world waking up, to see the birds starting to sing and praise the Creator, praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu for such a beautiful, beautiful morning. The little insects starting to do their early chores. I watch ants doing their little chores, carrying something on their backs. Beautiful, hardworking creatures. The butterflies starting to fly. I live in a place in Missoula. It's up north, all the way up north in Israel, near Lebanon, the highest place. And the nature here is just gorgeous. The beautiful mountains, scenic view. My sister and I yesterday just took a walk, a Shabbat walk, from Metula to another kibbutz, Margoliot, Minara. It's a gorgeous scenic view, gorgeous. You see so many beautiful fields and orchards, apple trees, peach trees, nectarine trees. We even pick apples. There are so many apples that are unpicked. They're just laying there on the grass. And on Shabbat you can pick something that has fallen before. If you eat it right there on the spot, I think, as I remember Rebbetzin saying that I think it's allowed if it was fallen before Shabbat. And it's on the floor. You can eat it there. You cannot carry it, but you can eat it, I think, there. And we just ate. Each one of us ate few delicious, sweet, juicy, wholesome apples. You don't have to buy, you can just come and eat them. This year, these few months have been living here, Baruch Hashem, been giving a special opportunity to live here, and with financial help from our loving special Father who is helping us to live in Israel and Baruch Hashem make our dream a reality. I've been enjoying this place in the north, So many beautiful things to see. Beautiful. So many apples were fallen. There are so many different varieties of apples, and you just went and picked from different fields and said, wow, Wow, such a bounty of apples. Don't have to go to the store to buy, just God is giving it to us right here and there. What else is beautiful here? Like I said, beautiful mountains, beautiful trails, hikes. You can go to places to swim. There's a Mayans, natural body of water, where like a mikvah you can swim. We live next to a beautiful trail with a waterfall called Nahal Ayun, and it's a gorgeous hike, and you see a beautiful waterfall. There is a skating rink in Metula, and my sister and I are figure skaters. We love to skate, and in Metula we have the opportunities to skate at it's called Mircast Canada, the Canada Center. It's a gorgeous rink. It's like an Olympic-sized rink, and we sometimes skate our own music and express, what we feel, what is important to us on ice, and feel like we are stars on ice performing. We love to perform, and one day both have a dream to skate for women and children. A woman, because in the Jewish religion, a woman is not supposed to skate or sing for a man in public. It's called sniut. She's allowed to sing and dance for her husband, but not for a mass audience, because it's considered something intimate that she shares between her voice and her body language, between her and her husband and God and her own soul. And my sister and I try to be true to this concept. We have learned this from a young age in school, being raised in an Orthodox school in Brooklyn, New York. My sister and I were exposed to the richness and beauty of the Jewish life and heritage, and this is something that we have, Baruch Hashem, tried to carry on with us throughout our life in different steps of our life, in different paths, to be true to that concept, be true to God. I think that modesty is very important to me, and I think it's a very beautiful concept in Jewish religion. What is modesty? What is sniut? Why is it important? Why is this a concept that stayed with me throughout all these years, even though I was in so many different various situations in life, secular college, seen different things. Why did it stay with me? I think that a Jewish woman's soul, it says that a Jewish woman's soul, you can tell if it's a Jewish woman by three qualities: Bashanim, Rahmanim, and Gmilas Chasadim. I once heard Rabbi Tauber, I think was his name, speaking about this, and he said about the three qualities that shape that a Jewish woman's soul has. Bashanim means they're bashful, they're modest, they're shy. Rahmanim, they are compassionate, Rachamim, and Gmilas Chasadim, they love doing chesed. They love inviting people for Shabbat, like Avraham Avinu. They love helping someone in need, bringing food to the elderly lady, helping someone with children, like I said, inviting someone for Shabbat, giving tzedakah, feeding animals, cats, kittens, all types of chesed. So a Jewish woman's soul has these attributes. Wow, isn't that the gift that God, Kadosh Baruch Hashem, made me a Jewish woman, that he gave me a Jewish soul, a soul that has these qualities. Often in life I remember as a child saying, wow, I'm so fortunate to have Baruch Hashem, my own parents. Like, was that like a miracle that God selected these two people to give birth to me, these two people? My father with his beautiful love and qualities, his selfless love for us, for me and my sister. But God made me be born, that God gave me Baruch Hashem, my father, that I have this father, Baruch Hashem, who's so much love, and I'm merited to be born to my father, who so much love and devotion to me. My mother, I would say about my mother, I feel in my family the jobs are split. I would say my mother has also a lot of love for us. But when I picture my mom, it's more her guidance in life in terms of how to live healthy. Exercising, eating well. From a young age, she would make sure that we eat healthy food, cook everything herself, to exercise, give us cold showers so we shouldn't be sick, take walks in nature, go with us out of the city, bring us to bungalow, like outside, like a bungalow colony, like a camp, work there so we can have ample amount of fresh air, being an intellectual and spiritual companion, with someone with who I can openly share all of my ideas, all of my spiritual aspirations, intellectual ideas. My father, who is there always supporting, not judging, loving, warmth. My two special grandmothers who are no longer living with us in this world, but I believe are truly living in the world to come. My grandmother Meira Bat Baruch, my father's mother, who was born in Kazatin, a village in Ukraine, at Shul Tzadeikas, Eisheschayo. She was born and passed away on her birthday and on Shabbat. And in Jewish religion, a person who passes away on Shabbat is a tzaddikus. And on the birthday, especially, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu, he was born and he died on his birthday. It means that a person has lived a complete life. A complete life. My grandmother, Meira Bat Baruch, lived a complete life. A life of self-sacrifice. She never lived for herself. Lived for us, her two granddaughters, my father, her son. She never had an easy life. And you could see by her hands that she had like eczema from all the hard work that she did, living in Ukraine in a village where she had to carry water, cold water at night, do everything, all the washings by hand, work as a child in a factory during the World War II, sometimes working for hours without food during the war, raising my father by herself, raising my father with a lot of love, and then raising her two granddaughters. Being true to Yiddishkeit, keeping Shabbat. When she came to America, she went to like a Jewish school for elderly ladies. where they learned to pray. My sister was once, and I visiting them. It was so cute to see them and singing. Mother Annie, a group of elderly ladies singing Mother Annie. Torah Tzivalana Moshe, Shema Israel, giving tzedakah, learning to read Hebrew, and then coming home, covering her hair, lighting the Shabbos candles, keeping Shabbat, preparing gefilte fish, matzo ball soup, inviting my sister and I, where we could freely pray. In her house, it was always allowed to teach with our Yiddishkeit. We too went to a religious school. Baruch Hashem, we asked our parents to put us in a Jewish school, and they put us in an Orthodox Kira school for Russian students called Be'er Hagola in Brooklyn, New York. So whatever we learned there, my sister and I were very passionate about God, about Yiddishkeit. So we would come home to our grandmothers. We made like a bulletin board, and we would pretend that we are teaching other children, singing Jewish songs, giving them stickers on our imagination, and then keeping Shabbat, lighting candles, taking walks, singing Shabbos miras, keeping Hanukkah, lighting the menorah. My grandmother always made sure that every holiday was prepared for us. She had the menorah and the candles and the food and the presents and the clothing and latkes. Everything was always thought for. She would walk for a long distance to the kosher store because she lived like in a place where she had to walk for maybe a good half hour, 40 minutes. She would buy everything and then bring home, cook in her little kitchen. Always providing that home oasis for us. Very special. Meira Bat Baruch. We call her Mika, Myra. Always remember you. You'll always be a light in our souls, a light in our heart, like the light of the sun. My mother's mother, Adele Bat Moshe, was born in Kiev, in Ukraine, in a city. We call her Adukan. Was born in a city. Came from a more aristocratic home. I think it was like a wealthy. Her parents, I think maybe they had like a more wealthy environment. This is very special person for me as well. Both grandmothers in their own way. My mother's mother was a very strong figure. She was, I would say, a leader. I remember as a child being very drawn to her. We had a very special bond with her. She loved me very much. And I think as a child I was more inner, more shy, more quiet, and my grandmother exercising this strength. And we just had this chemistry with each other. Remember when we were going back, we were flying from Vienna to Italy as part of our immigration to New York. I got very sick that night, and we were sitting in the airport, and I was not feeling well at all. And my grandmother just took me on her laps. Like a little bundle, and I just felt so warmed by her heart and soul. Sat there for hours while we waited for the plane. Sat there for hours in her laps, in a foreign country, in an airport, just feeling loved and warmth. And I got healed. I got healed from her love, from her strength. We arrived in Italy, and basically all the families were placed to live for the first week while they would find an apartment in Italy in a monastery. Jewish people living in a monastery. That was what was there. There was no choice. Okay. Raising the sparks. As our sages would say, the sparks. I remember the rooms had cross. Each room had a cross on them, and I don't know what I should say. In our school they taught us not to say the name of the person, but I respect everyone. They had this, they had on the cross they had Jesus, Yeshua. We did not know what it meant, of course, as children. And, it was a small room, all the accommodations. I think it had 2 beds. It would each room, for the most part, would fit like 2 people. And my grandmother, right away took me to live with her in the room. And my other grandmother took my sister, and my parents had another 3rd. And I remember the first night, the first day, she took such a good care of me. She made sure that I washed myself. I was very little. She would wash me in the sink. Always made sure that hygiene, cleanliness was number 1. And brush my teeth, went to sleep. In the morning I woke up feeling much better and refreshed. She washed me again, brushed my teeth. And we went outside with her, I remember. One of the most memorable days in my life. We came out, and for the first time I saw palm trees, and light, so much light, beauty. It's the first time that I saw this gorgeous tropical nature of Italy. I remember sitting there with her on the table. 2 of us. I was 9 years old. She was sitting in front of me, overcome by incredible feeling of love that I've never experienced before. It was something from another world. Something opened up in my soul. I feel probably the environment, the nature, and Italy very much resembles Israel, and it did something to my soul, just opened me up. And I remember we had like a pack of Donald gums from Vienna, and it was like special gums that we never ate in Ukraine, but in Vienna they had them finally. In Russia, in the last year in Ukraine, they got them from abroad, and they were so expensive, 1 ruble, 1 gum. You never asked your parents to buy them. And here in Vienna, our parents bought us 10 of them, a pack of 10. So this was a child sitting, for me, the most precious gift for this gum. And I told my grandmother, gum. I love you so much. What could I give her as a child? So I gave her the gum, the Donald gum. And my grandmother straight and said, this is not for me. But I remember as a child so much wanting to laugh and expressing it to her through giving her this gum. Very special moments in Italy. I remember the place where we lived, hotel slash monastery. Every morning the nuns would give us food, and then they would give out toys to children. There was a line that was formed. All the parents, children who wanted to receive toys would stand on this line, and the nuns probably gathered all the toys from I don't know where, from the children, Italian rich children who did not need Barbies, the toys we saw for the first time in our life. And when your turn would come, you would get a toy that would be at that time for you. Someone would get a Barbie, someone would get a car, someone would get a baby, like, you know. I remember I got a Barbie, like a woman Barbie. There were girl Barbies. I got a woman Barbie. I forgot what I called her. Wasn't so fond of Barbies, but it was interesting because Barbies, like, you could bend their legs and do all types of movement with them. Make a split, bend their legs, they can walk. It's like something nice. So, my sister and I enjoyed it for some time, but we weren't very big on toys and dolls. We had other interests. More like being active in our life. Running, biking, swimming, fishing. More things that boys would do rather than girls. But it was special. They cared about us. They gave us toys, and we would wait on lines to receive them. Sometimes sometimes clothing. Then we what would I say? Then during the week, then the families had to find their own home. So my father went. And the whole week he could not find an apartment because there were many immigrants going to. Finally, the last day he found a beautiful home on the villa of very expensive lawyers, and he had the schut, the merit, to live there for some months. After living in one in the studio and later on one bedroom apartment in Ukraine, we lived on a year. And there we had our first also experience with the Jewish life. When our parents brought us to a school of a Chabadnik originally from Russia, who was living in Israel, was sent, Rabbi Chaim Golden, a very special teacher, musician, ex-rock star, to a school, which was not the typical school that we had in Ukraine. It was in a house, someone's house. We all sat on sofas, and some sat on the floor, and he would inspire us with the most beautiful Jewish music that we've heard for the first time in our lives. Ina Matzav Umanayim, David Melech Israel, Kol Haolam Kolo, Al Chomatayich Yerushalayim. My sister then fell in love, and I, with Yiddishkeit, with Judaism. And later on, when we would come to America, we asked our parents if after being placed in public school for a few months, find a Jewish school for us, and they did. So fortunate, Baruch Hashem, to have been paying a Orthodox, I would say, upbringing, teachers from Bora Park, from Flatbush, beautiful role models for us, shaped us to be who we are today. College, now Baruch Hashem, 34, living in Israel. Made a Leah 4 years ago with my precious twin sister Hannah. First came to Israel at the age of 27. We studied in a special place in the West Bank, Gush Etzion, called Bat Ayin, which in English means the pupil of the eye. And this is, I would say, the epicenter, the spiritual epicenter of Israel, like Jerusalem, a place, like I said, in the West Bank, where very spiritual and special people live. People who, a lot of them are former, they're about Shuvas, some of them are hippies, from all walks of life. A lot of the people, I would say, in Batayin are artists. Some men are scribes. They write the mezuzot, the tefillins, different scrolls. A lot of women are musicians, dancers, healers, artists. Now they are mothers. In the past they had careers in fields of art. Now they are mostly mothers. They do, however, also teach, if it's yoga, if it's writing, music, they dance, they can teach in the midrasha and in girls' school there, about shuvas in a regular school. They give private lessons for women. But the main focus, the main emphasis, of course, is the family and the Jewish life. And people there live simply. They are not into material things. This is not the ikar, the main thing of the life. But this is Avodas Hashem, every day serving God, and you will see men standing outside of the caravans. I remember seeing them dressed in talis and really praying to God from their heart and soul outside, like Rabbi Nachman would say, in nature. A lot of men go to do kisbodedut in the forest. They also use the Mayan. The scribe, the sofer, has to go to the Mayan before writing, so there are 3 Mayanot, and they basically use one of them. Beautiful nature there in Batayin. Beautiful notes, the scent of spirituality, the feel it, it's tangible in the air, in the quality of air, quality of light that falls there, birds, gorgeous nature. People dress modestly, they try to do the service of God, they love having guests. Girls who study in the midrasha are invited for Shabbat. They eat natural food, most of them eat organic food. Some grow their own crops. My Rebbetzin has a garden with vegetables and fruits and herbs. He's a very big believer that the girls in the midrasha have their own garden, grow their own vegetables. There is a fig tree, so they have some fruits. They have chickens, the eggs, and some families have goats. And a family next to the midrasha sells, a Russian family. She has many goats, so she sells fresh goat's milk. And basically you can, there's a man who sells his own wheat. So basically everything nature, close to nature, close to God, living in earth as well, really living in the land, working the land. The girls learn to work in the garden, they work the land, we plant trees, we plant vegetables, herbs. In the midrashah we studied meditation, Jewish meditation. That was very special for me. It's not just in Eastern philosophy, it's also in the rich Jewish heritage. It was just lost, but in Bataim we had the privilege to study Jewish meditation, very deep Jewish meditation. We studied yoga from a very special teacher, Esther Alfasi, an amazing yoga teacher. Really imbues yoga with spirituality, and Jewish spirituality, the soft music really stretches you with flexibility, mindfulness, gentleness, relaxation. Made our own food, made fresh juices, collected grapes, made juice from grapes, fresh grape juice that you can drink on Shabbat. Classes in arts, in healing, in self-expression, as well as the regular Torah classes on Parsha and Shmuel, Navi, Tefillah, Rabbi Simbatia, Tefillah. Beautiful classes and self-growth. My sister and I were privileged to come there. It says that the girls who come to Bat Ayin are unordinary souls from all walks of life. Some are Jewish, some are not. What binds all of us, connects all of us, what the Jewish are tremendous striving to live for God, to love God. And it's like now being transported there. Remember the discussions that we had with the girls. Unbelievable such stories. Girls from all walks of life at one point in their life felt the need to find God, to find meaning, to find a map of truth, to really devote their life to Avodas Hashem, to God. Everything that they do is an expression of the divine. It's for God. If we dance, it's not for money, it's not for judges, for career, it's for Hashem. He gave us the gift, we use it for Him, we use it also for others. But what is the intention? The intention is not to receive honor, it's to give gratitude, to give praise, to give thanks, coming from the place of humility or of gratitude. Some girls, like I said, born not in Jewish homes, families, some from Norway, Switzerland, Netherlands, as well as the United States, decided at one point in life God called them to come to Israel. That was the place for these souls. This was the place where all of our souls could get the highest guidance, the highest truth, the highest clarity, the highest love, life, and inspiration for our souls. Is there. Israel. It's here. This is the place. This is our homeland. The homeland for Bat Israel, the daughter of God. I'm so grateful to God for having been guided to this place, to Israel, on my spiritual journey. I'm very grateful to the teachers who I had throughout these years in Israel. For the first time, through the life teachers of a rich tradition. The first time, the things that I saw but thought belonged to the Eastern philosophy, I realized belonged to our tradition, but has been forgotten over the years, was once again reborn for me. I'm grateful to my parents for allowing my sister and I to live in our homeland, bask in the light and love of God, aspire to high spiritual ideals, work on ourselves and help others. I'm grateful for my sister, for being my soulmate all these years in my life, sharing the same path. Both have gone through many beautiful and challenging moments together, and only we know each other's strivings, callings, hardships, victories, like no one else. Thank you, Annie. Thank you for being there for me, for being the partner in my life. One day, I want to wish both of us to meet their basharets, their soulmates, from the root of their soul, from their Shoresh Neshama. Two men who will share with us our unique spiritual mission in life, who will honor and respect our souls, our higher self, as well as respect and love God and all of His creations. Husbands who will be truly beautiful fathers, like our Father. They will love their family, their children, their wives as a priority. Their home will be a priority in their life. People who are humble, who walk in the image of God, exemplifying His midot, His character, His attributes, rachamim, compassion, love and kindness, gevura, both inner and outer, knowing how to conduct themselves with dignity, with poise, with equanimity, with grace, with tact, with diplomacy, with love. People who have a refinement of character, have a beautiful intellect, a rich inner life, rich souls, have a rich emotional, have rich emotions, beautiful emotional development. We should understand each other emotionally, be compatible intellectually, spiritually, I think physically with me is, I would say that when I look at someone, I think what I feel physically is that is the soul expresses. How should I explain it? I think physical attraction is not an attraction for me to the body. I think it's much deeper. It's when you are attracted to a person's soul. So when you look at someone's face, the light on their face, the features, it's an expression of their soul. And this is what is important for me. Person's touch, person's eyes, person's soul. The way a person will touch a flower, will touch a plant, will touch an animal, touch a rock, shows me a lot about his soul, about his tenderness, his love, his sensitivity, his refinement. It will show me how one day he will touch me. He doesn't have to touch me before. I could tell it by other means. The type of music a person would be drawn to could tell me a lot about his emotions, his emotional development, his emotional maturity. If we are compatible, the type of literature he would read would tell me about his intellectual development, everything that his soul is also drawn to, his relationship. His connection to tzaddikim is also very important. The relations that he has with his family, with his immediate family, the type of house he comes from, the type of parents he has, the relationship with them. It's very important because we are very much influenced by our parents, very much. Our mother, our father, our grandmothers. I think it's important that people have a similar upbringing, similar past. What else? It's important that people share common goals, similar goals in life. How do you want to raise your children? What type of family you want to have? For example, for me it's very important that I raise my family close to nature. I'm not a big city person. I like to live in a place, in Israel we would call it like a moshav, like a village, like Patayim, like the place where I'm living now, living simply in a house, in a caravan, in a wooden house, in a regular house, in a caravan, depends. Open in nature, there should be ample amount of nature. Living simply, eating healthy food, natural food. I believe in eating foods that are natural. Cooking my own food, whole grains, nuts, fruits, vegetables, making juices, kind of organic, taking walks in nature, being at peace with oneself, at peace with God, enjoying sunlight, receiving strength from these type of pleasures, sunlight, flowers, birds, having quiet time, sleep with candle at home, speaking deep, connecting, sometimes without words, times for meditation, go inward myself. Raising children with this appreciation, meditation, massage, yoga. My mother, from a young age, instilled in me this love for nature, for a healthy way of living, eating healthy, exercising, cold shower, being physically active, studying Torah, working on our middle character traits, inner growth, reading books, listening to deep music, having time for self-expression, artistic, creative, having guests for Shabbat. Very important for me would be to have guests, to share my teachings at the Shabbos table, to cook beautiful, healthy meals, to invite people, to have beautiful children. I want my children to learn to grow with appreciation of God, of nature, serene, beautiful, natural living, family life, warmth, a beautiful middle. I want to strive for the best of all. Taking the best from everything that I've been through, the best that I've gathered so far in my life, in my spiritual journey, and really using it all for God, for Hashem, for Kadosh Baruch, who gives us our life, our soul, our inspiration. I want to thank Hashem, my parents, my grandparents, my sister, my teachers, from all of my stages of development, for everything that I have acquired, learned throughout the years, for all the development that I've underwent. With big gratitude to everyone and to God. And I want to very much continue growing and developing into a beautiful Jewish woman, a beautiful Ishat Chaya, a beautiful Bat Melech, daughter of God. I want to make Hashem, God, my creator, and my parents and grandparents truly proud of me. I want them, Bezrat Hashem, one day to see me grow into a beautiful, healthy, wholesome young woman, mother, wife. I want them to have the zchut and the merit to dance at my wedding, where a beautiful new life will be born when my husband and I will stand under the chuppah, the Lady Kennedy, and will join new light to the world, a light that will usher in the Geula, Mashiach, and build our own temple, our own home, our own Beit HaMikdash that will be imbued with love, Torah, spirituality, wholesomeness, healing, and meaning. It will be an oasis, a spiritual oasis, both for us, for our immediate family, and for others. life. I want to be a woman who shares her light with her immediate family as well as with others, as a spiritual teacher, as a spiritual guide, as a spiritual healer. I want to help others who are in need of my guidance. May I, with God's help and with the help of my family, my teachers, my friends, and my own recesses of my soul, be able to reach my highest and deepest and most joyous, most intimate, most deep, most aspiring aspirations. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, my family. Thank you, God. I love you. Leah. October 27, 2013. Good luck.